What if I told you there's a secret to connecting with almost everyone in your life? A way to navigate disagreements without the drama and build relationships that are genuinely deep and meaningful with your partner, your family, even your coworkers. The best part? This secret isn't about changing who you are. It's about unlocking one powerful skill that can revolutionize every single relationship you have. Have you ever been in an argument and just felt completely misunderstood? Or felt a distance growing between you and someone you love and you just can't figure out why? It's an incredibly common and painful feeling. We get stuck in these cycles of miscommunication and recurring fights, and it feels like we're just hitting a wall. We might blame them, the situation, or ourselves. But what if the problem isn't what you're fighting about, but how you're dealing with the emotions underneath it all? This is where emotional intelligence comes in. It's the key to breaking those negative cycles and finally building relationships based on trust, understanding, and a real connection. What is emotional intelligence? So, what exactly is emotional intelligence? You'll hear it called EQ, and simply put, it's your ability to notice, understand, and manage your own emotions, while also being able to recognize, revolutionize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. Think of it as social superpower. While IQ gets you in the door, EQ is what helps you thrive in the messy, complicated, wonderful world of human interaction. Now, the psychologist who literally wrote the book on this, Daniel Goleman, breaks emotional intelligence down into 5 main components. For our purposes today, we're going to zero in on the 4 you can start developing right now to see a real change in your relationships: self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills. And here's the most empowering part. Emotional intelligence isn't some fixed trait you're either born with or you're not. While personality plays a role, EI is fundamentally a skill. And like any skill, you can learn it, practice it, and get better at it over time. So let's jump into the first and most foundational piece of the puzzle. The foundation, self-awareness. First up is self-awareness. This is square one, the absolute bedrock of emotional intelligence. It's the ability to look inward and recognize what you're feeling as it's happening, and understand how those feelings are driving your thoughts and actions. Without it, you're basically flying blind, letting your emotions call the shots without your permission. Ever snap at your partner over something tiny, like leaving a dish in the sink, only to realize later your anger was really just stress from a brutal day at work? If that sounds familiar, you've just seen a lack of self-awareness in action. The emotion, stress, was real, but it got misdirected, creating a conflict that had nothing to do with the actual problem. Developing self-awareness means you can catch that feeling before you lash out. You can pause and think, wow, I am feeling really tense right now. This isn't about the dish, it's about that meeting. That little bit of recognition gives you all the power back. You can then choose how to respond instead of being yanked around by an impulse. So how do you build this? Start with a simple daily check-in. At the end of the day, take 5 minutes to ask yourself, what did I feel today? What triggered it? How did I react? You can even jot it down in a journal. Just writing it down without judgment helps you spot your own emotional patterns. Another great trick is to just pause a few times a day and ask, what am I feeling right now? By naming your emotions, moving beyond just mad or sad to frustrated, disappointed, or uneasy, you take away their power to control you. The game changer. Self-regulation. Once you know what you're feeling, the next step is self-regulation. This is about managing your emotions, especially the tough ones, in a healthy way. It's your ability to control impulsive reactions and, think before you speak. Self-regulation isn't about bottling up your feelings or pretending you're never angry. It's about expressing your emotions in a way that's constructive, not destructive. Think about a heated argument. In that moment, our instinct can be to lash out, say something we know will hurt, or just shut down entirely. Self-regulation is the little superhero on your shoulder that allows you to feel that wave of anger, but instead of immediately reacting, you just breathe. You create a tiny bit of space between the feeling and the action. That space is where the magic happens. Imagine a discussion with a family member is starting to get tense. Voices are rising, you can feel your face getting hot. With self-regulation, you notice this and say, "I'm getting pretty overwhelmed. I need to take 5 minutes before we continue." That pause can be the difference between a relationship-damaging fight and a productive conversation. It lets everyone's nervous system calm down so you can talk from a place of reason, not just raw emotion. A simple but life-changing technique here is the mindful pause. When you feel a strong emotion coming on, just stop. Take 3 deep breaths. This small act can calm your body's fight or flight response and let your rational brain get back in the driver's seat. Another strategy is to reframe your thoughts. Instead of thinking, "My boss is deliberately trying to ruin my day," you could try, "My boss is probably under a lot of pressure and this isn't personal." This mental flip can totally change how you feel. The bridge to connection, empathy. Our third pillar, empathy, is where we turn our focus outward. Empathy is the ability to genuinely understand and share someone else's feelings. It's what allows us to step into their shoes and see the world from their point of view. In any relationship, empathy is the bridge that connects two people's experiences and makes someone feel truly seen and heard. Without empathy, communication just falls apart. We listen only so we can form our next comeback. We dismiss the other person's feelings because they don't make sense to us. Have you ever tried to explain why you're upset, and the other person just keeps saying, "Well, you shouldn't feel that way"? That's an empathy gap right there. Practicing empathy means that when your friend is crushed over what seems like a minor work issue, you don't say, "It's not a big deal." You say, "That sounds so frustrating. I can totally see why you're disappointed." You don't have to agree with their reaction to validate it. Validation is simply a way of communicating. I hear you, and your feelings make sense. The most powerful tool for this is active listening. This means when someone is talking, you're not just waiting for your turn. You are locked in on them, their words, their tone, their body language. A fantastic way to practice this is to quickly summarize what they said before you respond. For example, "Okay, so if I'm hearing you right, you're feeling unappreciated because you put a ton of work into this and it wasn't acknowledged. Is that right?" This not only confirms you understood, but it makes the other person feel incredibly heard. The art of interaction, social skills. The final pillar is social skills. This is where self-awareness, self-regulation, and empathy all come together and go live. Social skills are how we put our emotional intelligence into practice to build relationships, communicate clearly, and handle conflict like a pro. Strong social skills help you say what you need without blaming anyone, navigate a tricky conversation with a coworker, or inspire your team. It's about giving and receiving feedback gracefully and building genuine rapport and trust. For instance, let's say you need to talk to your partner about a recurring problem. The low EQ approach would be an accusation. "You never help around the house." That immediately puts them on the defensive. But someone using their social skills might use an I statement. "I've been feeling really overwhelmed with all the chores piling up. Can we brainstorm a better plan together?" See the difference? One is an attack, the other is an invitation to collaborate. A massive part of social skills in relationships is setting healthy boundaries. This means knowing your own limits and communicating them with respect. It's about protecting your own energy while still valuing the relationship. It could be as simple as saying, "I love talking with you, but I can't take calls after 9 p.m. because that's my time to decompress." Setting boundaries isn't selfish. It's absolutely essential for any healthy, long-term relationship. So let's recap the 4 keys to transforming your relationships with emotional intelligence. It all starts with self-awareness, knowing your own emotional world. Then you use self-regulation to manage those emotions so you can respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting. From there, you build the bridge to others with empathy, truly understanding and validating their feelings. And finally, you bring it all home with social skills, putting it all into action to communicate effectively and build stronger bonds. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. It takes practice and a real desire to grow. But by working on these skills, you are giving yourself the gift of deeper, more meaningful, and more resilient connections in every single area of your life. You have what it takes to revolutionize your relationships. The work starts now. If any of this hit home for you and you're ready to build better, stronger relationships, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. And now, I've got a question for you. Which of these 4 skills, self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, or social skills, are you most excited to start working on? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.